Hello guys, so let's continue with the database aspect of the October-November 2024 ICT. So we begin. Dates must be imported in the form day, month, year, DMY. Using database software, import the file n2402student.csv as a new table. Use this field names and data types which are on this table. Of course, set roll number as a primary key, save the data. Okay, so let's go to our work area. So let me just create a database, right? You can call it anything, but I'm going to leave my own like this and then open it up. So let's go to external file, and then from here, from file, text file, what we want is, where is it? Student table, right? And then let's go get student table here. And then next, first row contains field list, field names. Next, here you need to set the data types. Right, so you have text up until nationality. So text, first name text, gender text, row number text. Here, so where's nationality? Okay, so DOB is date and time. Let me see. DOB date and time, yes, and then date with time, which is okay. Roll number is text. Telephone is integer. What do we have there? Is text actually. So you're going to change this to text. Now, if you don't change this to text, you might get an error, right? So let me just, where's text here? Long integer. Nope. So long text. Let me make it short text. It's not that much. Okay. Age is integer, which is also number, integer, yes, and then email is text. Okay, so I'm good with that, so I can nest it. Now here, the roll number will be our primary key. Then we go ahead and then finish. Good. So let's see what the question. Okay, so let's first of all ensure that the data types and display are the same, and then of course the age here is in integer and number, right? So let's go over to, let's open it up, then go to home, and then from there you want to go to design view. Now date and time, what's it called? Age is number, and of course is integer here, so we're good with that. Okay. So let's see DOB. DOB is supposed to be displayed this way, which is a short or medium, format, right? So let's go to DOB. Click on DOB. So first of all, you have to see how the DOB looks like. So this is more like a full format or something like that. So you want to make it short to look like what you have in your question. So you want to go down to format. Make sure that you click on that DOB row, okay, and then go to format, get down here, and then make it medium date, and that will be able to change that. Save your changes, yes, okay. That will be able to change it to look like this. All right. So let's go back to design view once more. I think we're done with everything here. So save the data and place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. Okay, so let's go ahead to do that. So I'm going to just take a screenshot, print screen here, and just take this as a screenshot, and then go to my evidence. This is step 14, have it here. Okay, so everything in number here, around here is done. So the next one is import the file n2402degrees.csv as a new table in your database, use these field names and data types. Okay, set subject code as a primary key, right? Let's see. All right, so let's go get that done. So close this and then go to external data and then new data source from here. Browse for degree, which is this one, and then we can OK that. Next, first row contains field names, yes, and then next. So you want to check to see the field names and data types, right? So faculty, so text up until level, which is integer. Here faculty text. So this is supposed to be an integer, which it is. Degree is text. Degree up until duration, they are all text. Okay. Text. Duration is supposed to be number. Okay, which is double, which is fine. Decimal is double. And then we have work experience integer. But if you check here, it is a logical. So I'm going to leave it as yes or no. Okay, and then get to the next one. What is the primary key here? Set subject code as the primary key. So you want to choose a primary key from here. Subject code. Next, and then finish. So now we've created that. We open it and then go to design view to cross-check our data types once more. So the next thing is the level is number, which is integer. So let's go click on the level. It's number here. The data type is number, and then of course the field size is actually long integer down here. So we're good with that. Okay. The rest is text, and then duration. That's where we need to do 1 or 2, and then of course the Boolean data type. Duration is in 2 decimal places, right? So you want to get to duration, click right there, and then let's see it in the datasheet view. So as you can see, sorry, is it in 2 decimal places or 1? Yes, 1 decimal places, sorry. Okay, so we need to make it 1 decimal places, right? So you want to go back right there and then go to format, and then you want to make sure sorry, the decimal place, sorry, decimal place first of all, and then that's 1 decimal place, and then save that. Okay, so for it to be able to show, it's not showing here, you need to fix it. So that's why you're going to need this fixed format to be fixed. Okay, and then you save that, and then you're going to have everything showing properly, right? And then the next thing is the work experience. As you can see, is in check boxes, right, or check marks, right? We need to make it to show yes or no, because that's what the question indicates. So the display has to be yes or no. So what all we can do here is to click on it, and then you want to get to format first of all. You want to make sure it is yes or no, and then click on lookup here. You want to change it from checkbox to text box, and then save your changes, and then see that it has changed to that, right? Good. That's for that. So let's continue. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. All right. So let's take a screenshot once more, print screen, and then take this and paste them in your evidence. It's still step 14, I suppose. Paste them right here. So everything here done. So number 15, create a one-to-many relationship between the subject code field in the degrees table and the course code in the student table. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the one-to-many relationship between the tables, right? So let's go ahead to do that. So I'm going to close this, save any changes if need be. Go to database tool. You want to click on relationship, and then you want to bring out the tables that you need from here. Okay, so I want to create a relationship between these two tables, so I need to create it between subject code and the code course. This code course here, so I'm going to carry it to the subject code and then drop it right there. So that creates a one-to-many relationship between the two tables. Okay, so you want to create. All right, good. So let's take a screenshot evidence to show the relationship we've created. So you want to just double click in between this line, or you can make sure that the line is selected, and you see that when it's selected it becomes a bit thicker, and then you can go to edit relationship and that will still bring out this also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take a screenshot, print screen, everything here, right? And then go to my evidence. This is step 15. Go to my evidence, step 15, paste it there, right? So that's for that. Make sure you save your changes. So just close this and save your changes, and then close this and close everything. Okay. Now let's go to number 16. Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that selects the record where subject includes the text organic, age is 25 or more, shows only the fields first name, last name up until work experience in this order with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group. So let's look at this first of all. So we're going to create a query to represent these fields. Okay, so let's go ahead. Want to go to create. I like to use a query design here and then bring out the tables that I'm going to use, because the question says that you have to create a table using fields from both tables. So we're going to use fields from both tables, and then of course it has to be a tabular report. Okay, so you have to take note of all this. So let's go ahead to do that. So you want to adjust this so you'll be able to see all your fields. So the fields are, the first one, first name, last name, and DOB. So I have first name, double click on it, last name, double click, DOB, double click on it, and then they will show down here. Telephone, age, and duration. Telephone, age, duration, yes. Okay. Then we'll have degree code, subject, degree code. Let's see degree code here. And then I'll have subject, and finally, and work experience. Work experience, where is work experience? Work experience here. Okay, so we've got all this, all the fields that we need for the report in the query. Now you want to go to where subject includes the text organic. So we're going to use wildcard for this, right? Go under subject in the criteria row. You want to start with star, and then write organic, and then of course another star. So it means that within the subject, every record within the subject will have organic, the word organic in them. So if you run this under subject here, so let's just expand this, every record here will have organic, either from at the beginning, at the end, or at the middle, anywhere, right? Good. So that's fine for this. So the next one will be age up 24 is 25 or more. 25, it means that 25 is inclusive. So we're going to go under age here with age, age under the criteria row, right? You want to have 25, sorry, greater or equals to 25, because 25 is inclusive. That's why we have the equals sign. So under the age, you're going to have age between 25 upwards. Actually, from 25 upward, that's what's going to result here. All right. So everything here done. So we've been able to do everything here. So the rest of the question will be done in the report, which is our final destination for this question, right? So what we're going to do, you want to save your changes here. Now, you can save your query with any name that you prefer. I'm just going to leave it as query 1. So I'm just going to save that, okay? And then close this. You can run it, whichever one, and then close it. Now we've got our query 1, and we're going to base our report on the query 1. So let's go to create report. So this time around, I'm going to use report wizard, and then from tables queries here, you want to choose the query that you created before, and then move all fields to the right, and then go next. Here, you don't need to sort here, because if you sort your data here, you might actually, the fields might scatter more or less. So I will not encourage students to sort here. I will show you how to sort in the report. So next, now let's be careful here. Make sure that adjust the field width so all fields fit on a single page is checked. Make sure it is checked. That takes care of this one, this particular one here. It's always like this in every year. Okay, has a page orientation of landscape. Okay, so that takes care of that. So we need to make it to be landscape. So you check landscape here, and then one important aspect is fit a single page with and print on 2 pages. So it means that your work has to be at least somewhere around 2 pages, right? Not at least, it has to be 2 pages. That's what this question is trying to tell you. If for any reason it starts extending to 4 or 5 pages, that means check your work to be sure that your query is correct. Okay? Right. So let's continue. So we go next, and then you can give your query, your report any, any name, right? So I can just say, I can just call it students here, student report, something like that. Okay, whichever one you want to name it. Okay. So you want to finish. If you want, you can click on preview or modify, whichever one. So, but I'm just going to finish like this, and then of course it's going to preview, showing me the print preview. Now, if you look at the print preview here, you see that there's some labels that are not showing very well. So we need to make sure that we adjust this, fields so that they'll be able to show very well and arrange the fields accordingly. So to do that, you want to close your print preview and then go to, let me close this. And then you want to go to layout. Layout view is way easier to do this in the layout view. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, you want to click on the first field here, and then hold down your control key, click on the details, and then remove your hand from control key, and then start arranging them. Start arranging them like this. So I'll click on this one, hold down my control key, click here, and then remove my hand from control key, and then start adjusting my fields. So I have DOB, hold down control key, click here, and then just like that, do it for the rest of them. Okay, duration, click, hold down control key, click here, and then remove your hand from control key, and then move it to the left, just to create space, and then make all labels visible. Hold down my control key, click on the details here, remove my hand from control key, and then shift this to the left. Okay, so as you're doing that, you need to be checking to be sure that no labels or label is cut off, right? Subject, hold down my control key on details, and then remove my hand from control key, and then adjust something like this, right? Work experience, let's see, let's be sure that it contains within this particular place. Okay, good. So I think we're good with this, right? So I'm going to save my changes, by the way, as I go. So now let's sort the data first of all. Sort the data into descending order of degree code. So descending means from Z to A or from highest to lowest, right? So degree, so let's go to sort. So you want to go to report layout design, click on group and sort here. Now here, you don't have anything to do with the adding a group, but the sort is what you're interested in. So click add sort. Now the sort will be on degree code, and it has to be from highest to smallest. So you see A on top here is not really what we need. What we need is Z on top. So Z from highest to smallest, okay? So make sure you're still in the layout view when you're doing this, okay? Now, that's for the descending order of degree code. So where's degree code here? So this is the degree code here. And as you can see, it runs from highest to the smallest. So B probably is the last, and then M is the first, something like that. So that applies pretty well. So the next sort will be an ascending order. Ascending order of age. Ascending order of age. So ascending means A will be on top, okay? Ascending order of age. So you want to add another level of sort. So click on add, and this time around age here. So you click on it, and then from smallest to the largest, which is ascending order, okay? So it's fine like that, so we leave it like that, okay? So now we've sorted this report, right? So when you are done, if you want to close this sort dialog box, you want to click here, close grouping dialog box. That's what you want to do. Please do not close it here. Do not delete. This is the delete button here. If you click on this particular place here, what you're going to do is you delete the first sort, and if you click again, you delete the second sort. That's not where you want to click. Go up here and then click close grouping dialog box. So I'm going to just close it and then continue with my work. So I'm just going to select here, done. So the next one includes only the title, mature student studying organic farming. So let me just copy that. Displayed in a larger font size, fully visible and centered within the margins at the top of the page. Okay, so what we want to do here, you just want to go here and then paste or probably write the student studying organic farming. Okay, so you want to extend this placeholder to the last here, up to the margin here, and then before you go to format, and then make sure it is center aligned. So what you want to do, you want to also make sure that the font is big enough. So I'm going to make it something like 28, and just make it bold, just to make it look big enough. All right, so this is fine for me for that particular question. So this is done. Then the next one, use a calculated control to display at the end of the report only the age of the oldest student from the age field. Okay, now let's do that. So you want to find the oldest. So the oldest is simply calculating the maximum of the age, right? So just click on the age detail. You want to right click right there. You want to go to total age, and then you want to click on max. Click on max, and then the result will be below here. So the max age, the maximum age will be recorded right down at the age column. All right, so that takes care of this. Okay, So the next one has the label age of oldest student fully visible to the left of this value, right? So you want to go to that value, you want to right click on that particular value, and then click on set caption. That will give you this label here, and then you change it to your right age of oldest student right there. So let me just adjust this a bit and then bring this one to the right a bit, and then making sure that they show pretty well. Okay, so this is what I need. Okay, so this one is done. Has your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer of the report, so it appears in the same position on every page. So it has to appear in the same position in every page. So you have to be careful where you put your information, right? So let me show you what to do. So if you go to, so this time around, let's do it in the design view. So I'll go home and then go to design view. Whatever you put in here, okay, is going to appear on every page. So as you can see, this placeholder is for page, and this one is for, I think, date, right? Good. So whatever you put in here will appear on every page of the document, which is the page footer. Now the report footer will appear on the last page. So if you have 5 pages, this particular text here or formula result will appear on the last page. So whatever you put down here, this particular place, will appear on the last page. But if you want your information to appear on every page, you have to put it in the page footer, right? So I'm going to use label here and then create a text box and then have my information so that it will be able to appear on every page. Kechuku Anolefu, comma, NG156, comma, 0004 as my candidate number, right? So now that I've put my information here, if I go to print preview, so this is how your printout will look like. The first page, it will contain my information here, and then if you go to the second page, it will also contain your information. As you can see, the age of oldest student, which is calculation that we did, appeared on the last page. It will not appear on the first page. Okay, so that is, take note of that. It's important because students make such mistakes. Okay, the mistake may be forgivable when you have only one page, but now you have more than one page. Okay, so here done. So save and print your report. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to display the age of the oldest student. Make sure this formula is fully visible. So you can go ahead and then print your work. First of all, you print your work here, and then you can go back, and then we'll go to design. Okay, design view. We're in design view already. So for us to get the formula that we used for the calculation, you want to make sure that you open up this particular place to get the formula, because it says that we should take place in our evidence document a screenshot. So you need to take a screenshot, print screen. So what I need is just this guy. This is step 16 in our evidence document. You want to paste this in your evidence document like this, so it is fine this way. Okay, so everything here done. Okay, so let's move ahead. So let me just close, save my changes, and then close that. You are now going to create a data entry form. The form will contain a field with a drop down menu for the user to select an option from the list. Data from the selected option will be stored in a field in the student table. Okay. So create a columnar data entry form from selected fields from the student tables. Okay. Includes only the field roll number, first name, last name, gender, up until I think email, in this order, with data and labels displayed in full. Displays only one record at a time. Save the form, right? So let's go ahead to create a form based on these particular fields. Okay, first of all, so we go ahead to do that. So you want to go to create, you want to go to form wizard. Then the fields will be based on from student table. So fields from the student table, right? So we need to make sure it's from student table. So you select from here student table. Okay, so what are the fields? 1, roll number, first name, last name. So roll number here, you put it to the right. First name, last name, first name, last name, and then you have gender and DOB, gender, DOB here, and you're going to have telephone and email, telephone and then email, right? Displayed one record at a time, save the form. Okay, so let's go ahead to go next. It has to be columnar, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, create a columnar, a data entry form. Yes. So you have to make sure that you check columnar here and then go next. What am I going to call this? Student form. Let me just call it student form. Nope. Let's call it this student form. Open the form or enter information and enter information, modify the form. I don't need to modify, so I'll just finish, and then this is our form, and then see that your form has been created on the left side here, student form. Okay, so let me see what the next question says. Save the form. Okay, let me just go ahead, click on save first of all, and then place in your evidence document a screenshot showing your form with a record from the database displayed. Okay, so I'll just take a screenshot of this place because this is a record within the database already. So I'm just going to use a print screen and then take everything here. Let me just take it like this. Okay, this is step 17. So I'm just going to go to my evidence document, step 17, paste it right there. Okay, that's for that. So number 17 done. Number 18, import the file N2402 country underscore codes.csv as a new table in your database. Set ISO code as the primary key. So let me just get this done. So let me close my forms, change save any changes if need be. Go to external data and then import browse. What I need here is country code, and then open that. Okay, next. So I don't think there's any indication of data types and all that. So you want to choose your primary key. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. Sorry, I need to choose first row contains field list, right? So we need to be careful. Immediately I saw field 1 and all that, I knew that there was an error somewhere. So here, I need to take ISO code as a primary key, right? And then you go next, and then finish. Close that. So you have country code here, and then of course, the ISO code is the primary key, right? So we're good with that. So save my changes, close that. On the form created in step 17, create a new control using a drop-down menu, which lists each ISO code, okay? So we're going to get our data from the drop-down menu from ISO code, yes. Let me highlight that. From the country code table, yes, place this control between the DOB and telephone fields, yes. edit the drop down menu so that the list displays in ascending alphabetical order. Okay, the list displays unique values only. Data entry is limited to only the ISO code listed. So within this ISO code list, it means that only the data in there we're going to have. The ISO code selected is stored in the nationality field in the student table, of course. So let's see that student table. Where's nationality here? So nationality, I think, okay, so this is nationality. So the drop down will be stored in this nationality field, right? And if you look at the ISO code here, it's the same thing as the nationality, more or less, right? So it's the same code, three letters for each of them. Okay, so I think now we have an idea of what we're doing. All right, good. So data entry is limited to only the ISO codes list. Okay, so we have to make it such that no, you can't just type in. It has to be limited to within that particular list. And then the ISO code selected is stored in nationality field. Okay, label the new field as country code. So I probably will copy that just in case. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing. Okay, first of all, let's go and do everything around here. So the first thing you want to do is we're going to go in between the DOB and telephone fields and then create drop down menu which lists each ISO code. So the name of that drop down menu is going to be country code. Okay, so let's bear that in mind. So let's go ahead to do that. I'm going to open my form, go to the design view of my form. I need to create a space, a little more space from the form. Let me just create enough space to have enough space. Now, what you want to do, you want to select these two, the telephone number and email. So I want to move them down a bit to create space for my new control. Now, this control is a drop-down menu, so we're going to use the combo box to do this. Is this combo box? Yes, this is combo box. So I'm going to click on combo box. So you want to make a little bit of control space here, and then release, and then you're going to have this option. I want the combo box to get the values from another table or query. Yes, actually. Okay, which table would that be? Let's see. So which table or query should provide the values for your combo box? I want it to be on country code, not table. So not student table. So the student table will be the one to keep the value, but where I want to pull the value will be in country code. So you want to make sure that it's selected, and then of course the country code is a table, so that's why you have this check here. So I'm going to go next, and then which fields of country code contain the values you want included in your combo box. The field you selected becomes columns in your combo box. So the field is ISO code, because from the question here, it said the menu which lists each ISO code. So I want to get it from ISO code in the country code field, right? So I'm going to just move it to the right here, and then move next. So you want to actually, what sort order do you want for the items in your list? So I want it to be ascending order of ISO code, right? So from the question here, the list displays in ascending alphabetical order, right? So that will be checked. So in that process, we've done it. So if you want descending order, you can click again. So that will set it to descending order, but what I want is ascending order. So I'm going to click back again to switch it back to ascending order. So I'm going to go next. Now, how wide would you like the columns in your combo box? So the information is not as big, so probably we'll make it a little smaller. So if the information in there is quite much, you can actually make it bigger. So just make it a bit smaller like this. So it's fine. Okay. And then next. Now, remember the value for later use? No, I want to use it immediately. So store that value in this field. Yes. So I want to store it in the ISO code selected is stored in the nationality field in the student table. So I want to store it in the nationality field, right? So what I'm going to do right there is to click on store in that value in the field, and then you want to choose nationality value. Okay, so these fields are showing because we created our form based on the student table, so we are modifying the form. So of course all the fields from the student table will be showing here, right? So that is nationality field. That's where we are going to store our values, right? So we'll go next. So this, what label would you like for your combo box? So now the name that I'm going to give it, I'm not going to leave it as combo 15. If you wish, you can do that and later change it. So, but I'm just going to give it this particular value, country code, which is the name, label the new field country code. So now we've given it country code, then you can see the reflection when we are done, right? So here we'll give it country code and then we'll finish. So when you finish, see that the country, it is country code here. So if you left it as combo 15, you can change it here. You can change it to country code here. So the values will be stored in nationality field. Are we there? All right. So let's see the next thing. So the next thing will be, in fact, let's even check to see whether it works. So I'm just going to go to form view and then see that it's working properly. So I have all this in here, right? So whatever you do, don't change the value here. So it is NOR, don't change the value because it is for this particular person, Harley, okay? Right, so let's, so as far as we're concerned, everything around here has been done. So let's see the ones that we have not done. So now the next thing you want to show is the list displays unique values only. Data entry is limited to only the ISO codes listed, right? So what you want to do is you want to ensure that the list displays unique values only, okay? And then data, so what we mean by unique value? Fortunately for us, this particular field that we use for this is a primary key. So obviously primary keys have unique values. So we don't have any repetition here, right? But we are still going to ensure that unique values are, validation is enforced, right? So the first thing I want to do for, to the list displays unique value is, you want to go to design view. This time around, you want to be on property sheet, right? So here, allow value list edit, okay, no, limit to lists. You want to make it yes, that will take care of data entry is limited to only the ISO code list. Now, what this will ensure is that if I go to my form view, here, if I put anything in addition to this NOR, the system will accept it, which is not supposed to be so. So if I click anywhere, there's no any validation on it, okay? So that will be messy when you're inputting your data. So I'm just going to remove this, okay? So now let me enforce it such that data entry is limited to only the ISO code. So only what is inside here will be accepted. So what you're going to do, you go to design view, and then make sure you click on nationality. And then when you come to limit to list, it says no. So you want to make it to yes. You want to change it to yes. And then save your changes. Now, if I go back to my form view and then add anything after the country code here, and then try to add another record somewhere, it's not going to allow. The text you entered isn't an item in the list. So that will enforce that the value you enter will only be within the list. So you want to make sure that it matches with the value inside the list. Okay, so that is what this question means. Data entry is limited to only the ISO codes listed. So it enforces it right there. Okay, so that is done. So the next one will be the list displays unique values only. Okay, as I said before, we got these values from a primary key, so every value here is actually unique. But let's assume the values are not really unique. How do we do that to ensure that we have unique value? There's no any repetition of values or something like that. So the way I will do this is, from the design view here, you want to click on that particular field, which is nationality. Around here, let me just move this into the left here. Around here, you want to see row source here, and then see the code for the row source. Now, what I want to do, just click on this row source, not this arrow here. What you want is these 3 dotted lines around here. You want to click on it, and then you see student query builder, right? So from here, just click on the space here. So I'm going to click on the space here so that I will have more information on the property sheet for this particular builder. So when you go to unique value, you will see from general here, you will see unique value. It says no. So you want to enforce unique value such that if there's any repeating value within that particular field, within the particular field, it will remove any repeated value and then make sure that the values are unique. Okay, so you actually enforce that, make it yes. Okay, so when you're done, you can actually, do you want to, okay, let me save my changes. Let me save that changes, and then I can close everything right there. Okay, good. So that will enforce it. That will enforce that to have unique values, right? So that's for that. So let's go to the next question. So as far as I'm concerned, it has enforced it to have unique values. If it doesn't, okay, yes. Place in your evidence document screenshot showing the drop down menu list, okay, the drop down menu label with the text fully visible, the drop down menu list, okay, the drop down menu label, okay, with the text fully visible, data entry control so that only unique values are listed. So what I'm going to do for these two here, let's just take a screenshot showing these two drop down list. So what you want to do, you just want to, I'll go here and then just have this something like this, okay, and then print screen, and then have this particular like this, okay. So that shows, this shows the drop down menu list, and then of course the drop down menu label with the text fully visible, right? So that is that for me. So that's step 18. So I'm just going to place it here, so which is fine. So the next one will be data entry control so that only unique values are listed. Data entry controls to limit data entry to the list options, right? So what I'm going to do here is go to design view, and then of course go to property sheet. So this is what we want to get, okay? So if you look at this row source, you will see this code here distinct. It shows that the values in here is actually distinct. It means that actually no repetition, right? Good. But what I'm going to do, I will take the whole of this place, the screenshot of the whole of this place, okay? Or what I'm going to do, let me just take them one after another. So print screen, just take only this side, take this side. So this will be able to show us where limit to list is yes, okay? And then of course the row is distinct. I mean the, what's it called? The values for the nationality is distinct, right? So I'm just going to go to my my evidence document, paste that right there, and then take this particular side also. So print screen one more time. Just going to take here. I think this should serve, but just for the sake of it, to make sure that the examiner will have enough proof that I did the job, right? So just going to paste this one here. So this will show for limit, to make sure that the data is limited to the list, right? So for dextent, even though it is shown here in the code, but if for any reason the examiner is not able to read the code, you can actually go here in these 3 dots and then make sure you click on the space here and then take a screenshot of this area to show that you made it to be the unique value is dextent around here. Sorry, it is unique. So you take screenshot of that too here. So this is enough to convince the examiner that you know exactly what you are doing. So I'm just going to take the screenshot also, and then maybe take this one too, probably. So everything here. So just take my screenshot also here. Okay, so the examiner should know what all this they mean, right? So you mustn't do like me. You can take the screenshot to get everything together, but I'm just doing it like this so that the fields will be readable, right? So that once the examiner sees that, the examiner will see exactly what is going on. Okay, that's for that. So as far as I'm concerned, we are done with that. So I'm going to save my changes, close everything right here, and then I'm back to my form, right? So everything is showing pretty well. Okay. So let's see the controls applied to save the selected option in the nationality field of the student table. Yes, we've done that. So so this is it. So everything is done. So number 19, use the form edited in step 18 to add the following details, right? So all this. So let's go back to the form. Okay, the form is still here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the last form, or so let me just go to, excuse me guys. I'll go and create blank record. So I'm just going to click blank record here. So I'm going to have a space to have my form right there. I'll copy and paste. Let me just get it here. So I'll keep it to this side, and then I'll have this to this side. So I'm going to have roll number. Copy that. So make sure you write correctly. Okay, and then first name Carlos, and then last name. Going to have it there, and then gender, have gender in there, paste it right there, and then dates 16th February 2000. So I'm just going to paste it in there also. And then this one is ESP. So ESP, you can actually write it as long as it's the same with what is inside there, it will actually work. So what I'm going to do is actually ESP. If you do anything, if you write anything that is not within the list, it's not going to accept it. So I'm going to write ESP, and that will be acceptable because it is actually within the list. So I'm just going to copy telephone, paste it right there, and then email, copy that, paste it right here. Okay, so let me expand that. So let me see the next question. Check your data entry for errors, save the data entry, right? Then place in your evidence document a screenshot of the form with the new record displayed in full. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a screenshot here of this. So print screen, take everything here. Okay. And then paste this. What step is this? This is step 19. Paste this in my step 19 here. Okay. That's for that. Okay. Place in your evidence document a screenshot of the form. Okay, created. Okay. So I think that's about it for this. So let me just save my changes, of course, and then I can close this. Okay, so I think that's about it. So if you have any observation, any addition, so that the rest of the students can learn, you can leave a comment down below. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.